What crazy timeline are we living in, folks, where we are going to have two of the richest people in the fucking world have a motherfucking boxing match? Yeah. Tech billionaires Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have agreed to a cage match after a series of posts on social media. So it was like in jest, I guess, telling Elon Musk, let him know where the cage is at, because Elon said, meet me in the cage or something to that effect. Regardless of what, this is actually looking like it's going to become a serious thing right here. And I got to tell you guys, if these two throw down and these two go into a fight, it's probably going to be the most watched fight in the world, because let's be honest, both the Zuck and Mr. Musk are really divisive characters, whether you think of it or not. There's a lot of people that like them, a lot of people that hate them, and I, for one, would like to see these two go toe-to-toe in the ring. I'm pulling for Elon Musk. Elon is my celebrity daddy. Yeah, I would go gay for Elon Musk. Now, just today, TMZ Sports actually interviewed Dana White, the head of the UFC, the head honcho, the man who could make this. According to him, both Elon and Mark are dead serious in this. They said that they spent an hour and a half on the phone with Dana White. That's not just a waste of time. This is them trying to negotiate a fight between two of the world's most high-profile tech billionaires, and these guys aren't kidding. A proposed cage match between both of these from a social media spat. What timeline are we in, guys? Honestly, if this happens, holy crap. Is this going to be so much meme-worthy and everything added up on top of that? So, according to Dana White, he said that both of them said, yeah, we'll do it, and that they both want to do it, and that Mark Zuckerberg hit him up first. That he was the one that asked and wanted to know, is Elon serious about this? Dana White said, I don't know. Let me ask him. They called Elon Musk, and Elon said, yeah, let's do it. So both sides agreed to it. Now, this initial exchange between both the CEO of Twitter and the founder of and CEO of Facebook, Musk tweeted something along of, I'm sure Earth can't wait to be exclusively under Zuck's thumbs with no other options. And then Zuckerberg basically said he's up for a cage match if, actually I got it wrong. Musk said he's up for a cage match if Zuckerberg is up for it, because Zuckerberg has a jiu-jitsu background, so to speak. So he said, send me a location, and they said Vegas Octagon. So Musk said, I have this great move that I call the walrus, where I just lay on top of my opponent and do nothing. Now, Dana White said that he wants to have this be a charity event. He said that he's willing to build an entire card with some really fun fights. Now, I don't know if this is going to be in the vein of these influencer boxing matches that we've been seeing where celebrities are getting in on the action. But he said, listen, if these guys are serious, I want fights that people want to see. That's what I do for a living. If they really want to do it and they're serious and we can figure out a way to pull this off, I would absolutely, positively do this. And he said that they could each pick a charity to donate the proceeds from the pay-per-view. That would cost probably $100. So it would be $100 to watch this. Proceeds going to a charity. So it would be good. There's obviously a huge amount of money that would be generated from this event. And that's why Elon and Mark Zuckerberg are entertaining this idea with Dana White, because if there's anybody that could really promote this to the, I guess, respectable, huge level that it needs to be done, is Dana White, and Dana White even knows it. Now, he went on to say this about the fight, that this would be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world, bigger than anything that's ever been done. It's a huge fucking statement. It would break all pay-per-view records. These guys would raise hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. You don't have to be a fight fan to be interested in this fight. Everybody would want to see it. And I think that's an understatement. This has so much crossover appeal from the tech industry to the fight industry to just casual fans wanting to see two rich people beat the fuck out of it. And You could think back to previous big fight fields that Dana White has had in the past. For example, Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. That was back in August 2017. Holy crap, has time flown by since then? That fight feels like it was just yesterday. And at the time, that was the second highest selling pay-per-view fight of all time with 4.3 million buys domestically. Now, obviously, White wouldn't be wasting his time with Mark versus Elon if he didn't feel that it could be comparative to that. I personally think it would actually smash 4.3 billion buys, 4.3 million buys domestically. I think it would smash the hell out of that record by a wide, large margin. I think at least double that. Now, Dana White went on to say he thinks it triples that. There's no limit on what this thing could make. Everybody would watch it. Everybody would want to see it. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Between all the news and insights that we see these days online and on the internet, a fight like this, it's about time that we get something that feels a little bit feel good, especially in this era where there's a lot of bad news as of late and bad blood between people that are fighting. I don't know if this would reach mudslinging levels if these two fight, but it would be interesting to see just how much Elon and Mark Zuckerberg would take to train, like how serious they would take to train for this fight. I think Elon has the edge here, even though Mark is substantially younger. I think Elon might be stronger. I think he might have that tick inside of him, that badassery where he's the one that would actually be willing to actually hurt somebody. I don't think Mark Zuckerberg has an athletic fiber in his body. Yeah, he has jiu-jitsu experience, but he doesn't seem like a mad guy, like a bad, mean, mad type of person. Like, I think Elon, in my humble opinion, would actually take this fight a little bit more harder. He would be a little bit dirtier. He would have that fight and that drive inside of him. Now, I'm not sure how far of a jiu-jitsu background Mark Zuckerberg has. Is he a black belt, blue belt? Who knows? That definitely does work to an advantage. Now, if this is MMA and they both obviously can afford high fucking training, I think this could end up being a really good fight. This isn't like we're seeing two people like Boogie and Wings that aren't going to be taking the fight serious. I feel both of these guys legitimately would take this to heart and would want to put a show on, whether you like or hate these two guys. And of course, Dana White would enforce the training regime a lot harder than Keemstar would. So I think, depending on how far out this could be a banger for sure. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't think enough people are talking about this as far as YouTube goes, but I'm going to be keeping my watchful eye on this, especially after we found out that the Quartering and Review Tech aren't fighting anymore. Review Tech is going through a lot of personal stuff at this time, so maybe eventually that'll happen. I don't know, but I'd take Elon and Mark as a replacement any day of the week on a higher note too. So Dana White, let's make this happen, baby. Biggity bang.